Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you back to 27th day of March 2023. On that day, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance staged one of the biggest political protests in the Republic of Kenya in Nairobi. And while Azimio la Umoja One Kenya were protesting in Nairobi, a group of youths invaded the private land or farm belonging to the former President Uhuru Kenyatta and his family. Up to now, nobody has ever been arrested for that raid. That raid did not just come from nowhere. It was announced before it happened. Kimani Ichung'wah made it very clear that they were going to do it. Moses Kuria was accused of hosting a meeting somewhere in Thika Greens to discuss on how this raid was going to happen. Dennis Itumbi tweeted about it in the morning before it took place. Yesterday, but one, the same Dennis Itumbi made an interesting post on his official social media handles. Dennis Itumbi is not an ordinary Kenyan. Dennis Itumbi is the hustler's spokesperson in quotes. So whatever Itumbi is posting is basically the thinking and what Kenya Kwanza are planning. Let me just show you what Dennis Itumbi posted. Public notice. Dear Maandamano chief sponsor, that is referring to Uhuru Kenyatta, I am writing to book an appointment at your home on Wednesday. So he's booking an appointment. In fact, this statement forced me to go back and check Dennis Itumbi's latest photos. And I'm wondering whether Itumbi has really recovered or how will he be able to go there. And he's saying, I will be accompanied by 2,848 people in each of the places you are likely to be. So basically sending a message to Uhuru Kenyatta. You know, this is a former president and he's being addressed like a young child here by Dennis Itumbi, who was just, you know, without Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't know where Itumbi would be today. That's the fact. Without Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't know where Itumbi would be today. If Dennis Itumbi were to write his book, which he has always promised us to, he will do, there's no way Dennis Itumbi will write that chapter, second chapter, without mentioning how Uhuru Kenyatta came to his aid. He has always explained that, and it's a known fact, how he was picked. Sakaja helped him, brought him to Uhuru Kenyatta. You know, Uhuru Kenyatta made him the director, the Presidential Strategic Communications Unit. Now, warning Uhuru Kenyatta, a former president, and his proceeding, that Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru, Muthaiga, Transmara. So basically, it's telling Uhuru Kenyatta, we know where your residences are. We are going to come there. By the way, if I were Uhuru Kenyatta, I would do just one thing. I'd announce to these guys a day before, that is on Tuesday. I'll tell them I will be in Gatundu, or I'll be in Nairobi, or I'll be in this residence. So that people like Itumbi can then make that threat. And he's saying the agenda is to discuss how to make Maandamanos more effective. And his proceeding, I am sure that is close to your heart. You know, please note that we will have tea, uji, at home. Do not worry about breakfast because we are interested with the content and passion of our discussions. Now, this is Dennis Itumbi. You know, I'm just trying to imagine, like someone like me now addressing Raila Odinga. You know, I've worked for Raila Odinga. Yeah. Now, me, as someone who was a very junior person before Raila Odinga, then addressing Raila like this. Okay, is proceeding. Please, dear sponsor, tell mom we will take the least possible time. Now, Itumbi is not just referring to Uhuru. He's now sending Uhuru to the mother. And I find that to be very interesting and kind of disrespectful. I don't know what you think, but I find it that. But in this video, I want us to look at why Dennis Itumbi and the rest are trying to bring up the issue of Uhuru Kenyatta and raiding his residence on this day. And they're saying, I suggest 5 a.m., 5:45 a.m., or do you prefer 6:18 a.m.? You know, asante, tuonane Wednesday asubuhi. You know, I've always opined on this platform that in politics there are only two constants. The first constant is interest. The second constant is betrayal. And I want to talk about this. You know, someone like Jalas, for example, Felix Oduor Jalang, who is a good friend of mine, is a member of parliament today in Langata constituency. Not because he was popular, but because of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga funded Jalango's campaign. I'm sure, I'm aware. You can ask him, you can bring him here, give him evidence. You know, Jalango got his ODM nomination certificate because of Raila Odinga. But today, he has betrayed Raila Odinga. So I don't have any problem with anybody betraying anybody in politics. I've always said here, that is part and parcel of betrayal. I mean, betrayal is part and parcel of politics. But now, when someone like Dennis Itumbi now goes this low on Uhuru Kenyatta, I find it strange. And you expect God, who is in heaven watching, to give you good health? It can't. God can't do that. But let us not go into all those. Let us focus on why Dennis Itumbi is actually trying to bring all these issues of going to raid Uhuru Kenyatta's homes. I'm sure it's going to happen. But before you get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And allow me to thank Ireri for the coffee I received it. And you can also do the same. You know where you get my numbers now. Let us get straight. By the way, I tend to think that William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza government are committing serious political mistakes on how they are handling Uhuru Kenyatta and this Maandamano thing. But let us look at why I think they are making mistake on how they are handling Uhuru Kenyatta. Number one, Mount Kenya, the residents of Mount Kenya, will not watch, I'm telling you, they will not sit and watch Dennis Itumbi and the group raiding Uhuru Kenyatta's residences again. That will not happen. And that's why you are seeing demonstrations against Moses Kuria in the mountain. Uhuru Kenyatta is a son of the mountain. They will not allow. I can assure you. Number two, it also creates an image of a vengeful group. You know, one thing Kenya Kwanza have refused to accept is the fact that they want the presidency and therefore they should be leading. Because they know they never won. So they're still seeing any shadow. They're still seeing shadows of Uhuru Kenyatta in every step or any misstep they make. So they're coming out as vengeful. But the other mistake which I'm seeing them committing is that doing all this would make Uhuru Kenyatta now to react. And Uhuru Kenyatta reacting will attract sympathy. Uhuru Kenyatta reacting would mean that if you're accusing him of funding, he can fund. Personally, I know, and you and me know, that Raila Odinga has been in a situation where he is opposed to the government of the day, Mwai Kibaki, he's opposed to William Ruto, and he's opposed to Uhuru Kenyatta on one side. But he was still doing more demonstrations than now. Raila Odinga is the only politician in the country who has managed to contest for the presidency more than any other person, but has survived. Many people have tried, even contesting for the governor. They lose, they disappear. But these guys are trying to drag Uhuru Kenyatta. But the worst mistake they are committing is that by targeting Uhuru Kenyatta, they are forgetting that the international community are watching. Which takes me now to the objective which they are trying to achieve by saying, okay, we are going to raid Uhuru Kenyatta's residences. And I know they're going to do it. Number one, in my view, the strategy is to scare the mountain from turning out for Maandamano. You see, the truth of the matter is, and this shocked these guys, in the mountain, there were Maandamanos. In Rift Valley, there were Maandamanos. But why is the mountain trying to prove to be so special that no Maandamano can take place there? It's because William Ruto's interest is in the mountain. So these guys are scared that if they allowed the mountain to start turning out for the Maandamanos, then they're going to be in trouble. Because the mountain actually controls also the politics of Nairobi. So if the people of the mountain are unhappy with the government and are coming out in the mountain, then definitely it means it will move to Nairobi. These guys want a situation where the Maandamanos are actually zoned to be a Luo affair. That's why they are unhappy. They are bitter with the outcome of the last Maandamano. Number two, the intention really is to try and divert the attention of Kenyans from the Maandamanos. And then Kenyans will now focus on whatever is happening at Uhuru Kenyatta's residences. When they raided that farm on that day, that became the headline in the Republic of Kenya. It became the headline in international media. So by targeting Uhuru Kenyatta's homes on the day of the Maandamano, it means even the media attention will be divided. So for me, Azimio should not fall for this. If they are going ahead with their demos, let them plan. If they are planning to postpone them, it's still okay. Number three, the Mungiki factor. You see, there is the emergence of Maina Njenga in the mountain. And the emergence of Maina Njenga in the mountain is actually worrying Kenya Kwanza. Big time. They believe that there is the emergence of Maina Njenga or the emergence of Maina Njenga is as a result of Uhuru Kenyatta. And because Maina Njenga controls the youth there, they now lack the youths which they can use. And of course, because they've also lost that hustler narrative. So in my view, what they're trying to do is that they want to measure the youth they have and the youths Maina Njenga controls. Which one can actually protect Uhuru Kenyatta? And lastly, in my view, I also tend to think that whatever Itumbi is tweeting could be true, but it could also be to gauge the reaction of the mountain on Uhuru Kenyatta, so that next time if they want to harass Uhuru Kenyatta, they can just harass it. If they realize that the mountain is still protective of Uhuru Kenyatta, then they won't go those direction. I don't know what you think, but for me, I find the statement by Dennis Itumbi reckless, uncouth, and uncalled for. If I were him, I'd organize the attacks on Uhuru Kenyatta's properties, but without coming public, because we all know who Dennis Itumbi is without Uhuru Kenyatta, would be today without Uhuru Kenyatta. Thank you guys. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.